are.
I'm just waiting for the moment where you...
This is the moment when I have to stop you from...
Yeah.
Yes. Welcome, everybody, to Sony After Hours Support. My name is Derek, and with me is...
What's up? I'm Larry.
The incredible Larry as well has joined me. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you, sir.
I've been here for a very long time.
We've been here in this room for a very long time. And, of course, John back there in production. Good to have you here, too.
Hey, John.
Is your mic...
What's up?
All right, I don't know if anybody's going to hear you or not, but...
I actually remembered to turn my mic on.
Sorry, everybody.
I'm so proud of you.
It's a first.
Like,
I want to thank everybody, of course, for being here. And very quickly, if this is your first time checking us out, either live or after the fact that we had been live, we're here to listen. We're here to connect with you, our fans and customers, and talk about some stuff. Offer some support if we can, any assistance if possible. At the very least, we will listen and pass on information, feedback to smarter people than us, and get you the best help that we can. That said, of course, what did you do? You're still fiddling around with things, aren't you?
That's what I do.
That is true.
I'm a habitual fiddler.
That is true. So, but again, if you have any questions, comments, let us know in there. We do also have an email. John, if you could be so kind as to either pin that or however you do your magic. So that way, if you have something that's a little bit more in depth, we might actually reference that you email us.
Yes.
So that we can get a little bit more of a back and forth going.
Yep.
So thank you all for being here. Appreciate you. And let's say hello to a couple people that are here. Mr. Michael Beckerman, Lord Punisher 215, Ronan just dropped. And that's what we got so far. So thank you. Appreciate you being here.
Look at that.
Let's start with questions. We'd like to get those out of the way as soon as we can. So as we see more, we want to try to get to those as quickly as possible.
Yep.
So Lord Punisher, you had a question about your Altware and had an issue with the ear cup, the padding thing.
Yes.
Could you please send us an email? And we can kind of hopefully look into that a little bit more. That's really, I don't have an answer right now.
Right.
But if you can send us an email, that would be great, and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, include any photos too.
Yes,
please.
that'd be great. Good
be
call.
Very, very helpful.
Good call.
I try.
Cool.
I try.
Right, so there's a lot here.
Is there
a lot
really?
to talk about actually this time. Yes. Game
right.
enthusiast, welcome back, and JT. Good to have you here too, peeking in, seeing what's
Hi,
up.
JT.
You know, it's funny because not to call out smarter people, but no one's smarter than Derek and Larry. There are some people that we know that are smarter that can always supply some good answers for us because we don't know everything, but we will get answers and communicate that stuff. Yep. Cool, awesome. Well, we just had a question pop in really quick, so let's address that. It's actually sounds like it's in reference to a video that you might have done.
Oh, that's so scary.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Glenn Coco, welcome. Thanks for being here.
What's up?
Hi, Derek and Larry. With Sony's recent release of new Robbie Theater models, are there plans to offer a premium all-in-one soundbar package similar to competitors' Q990D?
That's crazy.
Interesting.
That's crazy. Are there plans? I don't know the plans. It's crazy because that was a hot debate because in the past, ST5000 and all of those models, we had theater in a box. And we looked at the modular situation because what we determined, so if you don't know, there are 60 different home theater configurations with...
Is it really that many?
60.
I never thought about it.
Neither did I, but I know a guy that actually calculated it. And so anyway, so hopefully it's 60. Please don't ask me to prove it. But yeah, but the idea was that theater in the box was really good because we tried to take the generalist approach and figure that the majority of people wanted this level of performance from a soundbar and this level of performance from a sub. And at the time we weren't doing wireless rears, right? And then we thought, well, what if their space is smaller and they want a bar 8 with RS3Ss and an SW3? Or what if they want RS5s and no sub?
Right.
It gave flexibility to customize your home theater system, but it also gave you price flexibility to be able to mix and match those things. Now, with that being said, the question has come up a lot regarding the theater in a box product, and so we'll continue to do what we do is relay that messages on if there's still a desire for something like that. Maybe safer in a mid-tier to entry-level space, I think, thinking like S350, HTS 350 like we had in the past. But comparing to that particular model, it'd be interesting.
Yeah, it is. I know when I worked in retail, that was sort of a you do it or you don't, you know, darn one way or the other kind of a thing, where there would be a lot of customers that are like, well, why isn't offered this way? Right. I don't want the subwoofer. Why don't you offer it that way? And then when you split them, well, why don't you have them together? And it's a delicate balance, and it just goes into that, you know, we could have the perfect thing for everybody that would just make everybody's life easier, but no, that would just be too easy.
If we had the answer to that question, that goes back to the beginning of time. John, do you remember 2009?
I do remember 2009.
That's good. You should.
It came after 2008, I believe.
Allegedly
accurate.
Yeah, no. But so that's when all TVs had black bezels. And then someone said, how come you guys don't make a TV with a silver bezel?
Yes. Oh, man.
And so we were like, well, we'll make a TV with a silver bezel. And we did. And then everyone said, well, how come you don't make TVs with black bezels again?
Yeah.
So we came out with one model. Was it like the Z5100 or something like that? I can't remember what model it was. That had two colors. And you know what we found out? The black bezel outsold the silver bezel like 10-1.
Oh, geez.
Okay. So it's crazy how you'll never be able to solve everything, and that was our shot at trying to make everyone happy, but it was not a fun experience.
Just made it more complicated.
It complicated the heck out of things, man.
Also,
of course.
XBR2 and XBR4 had
interchangeable color bezels. I still have one with a red bezel. Yes, sir. XBR8 also had one. Also, lower bezel was interchangeable. Matte red, yes.
Matte red was nice.
Yep, I had bronze on my XBR8.
You cool people.
We're OGs, bro.
I know, that was before my time, so I don't know about that. I was probably selling appliances at that time.
Hey.
Yeah, did my time. Sam, good to see you back here. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. You looked like you did this. That
No, that was What's Up to Sam.
Oh, okay. I thought.
No.
Poor peripherals.
No,
I apologize.
It's okay. I'll keep my hands down.
So Just Dropped says, finally purchased the AZ7000 ES. Congratulations. That is awesome. And I was wondering what you guys recommend, either ceiling mounting the Atmos CSE or ceiling mounting the renowned CS5s. I've already bought both. The 5s are more the bookshelves. The CSEs are designed to, they have the angle.
Yeah.
And they actually do have the mounting, and they're smaller.
Yeah.
I mean,
can I ask a question?
I think, yeah, there probably is a question.
So are you going for Atmos channel, or are you going for heights and rear? Different heights are different than Atmos.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So,
yeah, the purpose of them.
Yeah. So I think if you're going for specifically Atmos, I like the traditional Atmos toppers, or I like that. But if you're going for height channel, that ceiling mounted, dude, if you can pull off the angle of the bookshelves, that's a dope
awesome
setup. I like that setup.
Yeah, I have the CS5s in my office as like my main
flex.
Flex, I guess. Not really, but you know, they're not crazy expensive, but they sound great, especially for the price. And using them as just a 2.1 setup that I have in there, mainly for music, is fantastic.
Yep.
Got a question from Mario. Hi guys. Hello. Is Sony going to be updating to A95L with the screen size on the gaming features? I believe that's still in the works.
It's still in the works. It's happening.
It is. Yeah, it's supposed to be happening. From everything that we know, I haven't heard anything regarding just noticed the monitor's way over there, so I gotta like look. Where are we looking?
We gotta do this every show.
That's just kind of God, stop it. I'm gonna look at this one. Okay. But yeah, I don't have an answer for that right now. Looks like you're typing something, so you might
I'm trying.
Looking into that. Okay. We'll see if we can get an update, but that is the current plan, is to have that come out in a future update.
Yep.
Cool. Oh boy. Game enthusiast, what games are you excited to play on the PS5 Pro? Well, got to get one first. And also I can't really say IP names, so
I was debating.
What else do we have?
I was debating on whether or not how I
know I was trying to find like a roundabout way.
Yeah.
but I don't have that in my brain capacity at the moment.
It'll
so-
definitely be something from SIE.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
100%. It'll be an SIE game.
Yes. Yes.
I thought it was the same.
I just don't know which ones I can say or
Say them
not say.
all.
Nah.
Like Spider-Man?
What? You say who? Bling. Color bars. No. All right. So, yeah. So let us know if you have any other questions. This is awesome. Please let us know. Also, I do want to let this out. Larry has something to say. So go ahead.
That was that Game Enthusiast that asked that question? Yeah. Game Enthusiast. What games are you excited about?
Oh, that's a better question
I'm
for
curious.
all of you.
Yeah, for everyone.
Yeah, let's hear more from you. You guys can say whatever you want. We don't have to necessarily say it out loud, but we definitely would love to hear that too.
Who's ordered the PlayStation 5 Pro, and also who got lucky with the 30th anniversary edition? I'd like to know that.
Good question. Yeah,
And
let
your
us know.
address.
Too much. Too much. Too much.
Sorry, guys.
What was it say? Oh, what was I gonna say?
I made you lose your train
You
of thought. I'm sorry.
I totally broke my head.
It's
Okay, so really quickly,
Yeah.
I want to mention too to let us know what you would like to see from us going forward. Comments, questions, future videos, things like that. Those of you who follow the channel obviously have seen tons of videos done by us as well as the awesome team that we have. And if you haven't seen it already, we are starting to do more live shows as well. We just had one earlier with Craig. We've had a few with Ranieri.
Yes.
Liz has done one as well.
Shout out.
And yeah, they're doing awesome. They're all going to be kind of designed towards one specific type of thing, but obviously you can ask any questions, check them out, let us know what you'd like to see from us going forward in the future.
Yep.
Either in the live now, or we do check the comments after.
Yep.
So leave a comment on the video. We'd love to have that. Also, subscribe would be great.
Yeah, and if you join, stump them with questions. Don't take it easy on them. Truly make them earn their paycheck.
That's fair.
It is fair.
But I do want to add one more thing. Those of you who are here, most of you, I've seen the names a lot. Most likely you're subscribed. Thank you so much. We do appreciate that. You may have noticed that we did change the name from Sony support to... yeah, did you know? Thank you. I was wondering if you were going to remember that. That's right. You looked at my notes.
God dang.
Ah, man.
Wow, I'm rusty.
Yeah, we're bringing it back.
Yeah.
If you didn't, did you know that we changed from Sony support to Sony Connect? Oh, we get a...
That timing was impeccable.
John, great job, sir.
He's awesome.
The reason for that is we're really pushing towards this connecting with our fans and our customers in support. But support, it kind of sounds lame,
Right.
as important as it is. So we want to make sure that the purpose is conveying information to you, but
Right.
also listening to your feedback, your
Right.
concerns, and your just genuine questions or of interest.
Yeah.
And however we can, not only in our show, but all of our other shows. And I can't forget about Francois and Jaron as well with the product showcase. And we have more coming. We have a lot of things planned
Oh, yeah.
by the great brain trust of ideas that just can't stop, which
Right.
keeps us busy and keeps us going. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what we can do to connect with all of you out there. So let us know what you'd like to see.
Yeah, big shout out to you all, because your engagement in this community that you all have helped build here is what really pushed us towards the naming. It felt more suited to what we do here and the time we spend with you all versus just the generic support. So that's pretty awesome. Thank you all for that.
Yeah, I see lots of good game ideas out there. So hopefully you
Horizon.
guys get a chance to check that stuff out.
Spider-Man 2. I'm saying all the names. Last of
Yeah.
Us. Yep.
Oh, yes.
Yep. Okay.
So Mario did also mention, also on the InZone H9, is Sony planning on doing a better integration with PS5 and PS5 Pro, like the way they do with the Pulse headphones? I can't say for sure what the plan is, but I do want to kind of just, I guess, explain
Okay.
delicately, because it's
That's
not...
why I'm watching you.
Yeah, I know. Kind of explain a little bit about that SIE, or Sony Interactive Entertainment, which is PlayStation, they kind of have their stuff that they do, but we also offer ours through Sony Electronics. So they sort of are trying to fill different niches,
Right.
but they are also not independent, but semi-separate from each other in terms of what they're doing. PlayStation, I can't speak for them, but my personal thoughts on this. I guess disclaimer if needed. I don't know. Whatever.
Ooh.
Is
It's your
just
second
that,
ever disclaimer. If John brings it up
I don't
ever.
do that. John's like, "Where's the disclaimer? I don't know where it is." But I mean, it's not super critical because just a thought that I'm having around this is PlayStation. They're there. They want to make sure that name, that brand name, holds the most compatibility with their product, which I think makes sense. So when you have something that like InZone, which is sort of a cross between the PC gaming world and the console gaming world, you're kind of trying to get the best of both, which do function differently. So PlayStation's just, we got PlayStation stuff, we're going to make it for PlayStation, which kind of increases that interoperability.
Yeah,
I say that right?
Interoperable.
Let me know how that's spelled, because I don't
Consonants,
know.
vowels, I just don't know.
I gave it the old college try and tripped at the 1 yard line.
Good job.
But yeah, no, that was an interesting thought, and I don't know if that answers. It doesn't really answer the question. I apologize, because it's really just more speculation. So,
Can I add something to that?
Sure.
So, and the other thing is, I think they have two different positions in that space also. With the PlayStation headphones, they're building that product from the ground up to work primarily with the PlayStation console.
Right.
InZone, just the entire InZone division, is about PC console game. It is a more universal application. So trying to keep some differences, I think that's important in product mix. If we just think of Sony Group as a whole,
Right.
product mix should have some differences, right? Like if Bravia 3 had the backlight of a Bravia 9, why buy a Bravia 9, right? So
yeah, that's fair.
it's you want to, even though they are separate and they have different objectives, I get the PlayStation has always from the ground up been about ecosystem, and Sony Electronics, that side, has been about building great products that can work no matter what your lifestyle is or what you have. Right. So I think that it's those two philosophies as they kind of connect together.
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
Connect,
Works.
I like it.
Like connect, yes. That's the buzzword of the day. We do have Tam joining us as well. Thanks for being here. Do appreciate you. Seconding Michael's question, which we have, I believe it's this one. Is it possible, Mr. Michael Beckerman, good to have you here, of course. Is it possible to replace the ear pads on the Sony, whoa, it just jumped on me, wireless headphones? And if so, how hard is it to do? How can pads be ordered, and are they easy to replace? You know, what's interesting is I have never actually done it. I have had a few when I was in the retail stores, sometimes, rarely actually, now I think about it, that sometimes that would happen to them. And obviously, put in a ticket and like, oh, here's a new one. Because usually they're pretty beat up. You don't want to just keep fixing one when you could just replace it.
Right.
That is a fantastic question, and I think we'll probably have to dive into a little bit about what exactly does that look like.
That's a video.
It should be.
That's a video.
Actually, that's a good.
It should be a video for a couple of reasons, because we played around with the Pro Series headphones, the MDR MV1 and MDR M1, and their whole philosophy on that Pro side is the long haul, right? People that have 7506s have had them for years. John has a pair of V6s that are probably 15 years old. Because when older than that, when you have a great product, you don't want to have to keep buying new. So in that side of the business, it's all about changing out those things. So let's find out, and that would be a great simplified is how to change out those, because if you
how that process works.
If you have a WHM4, WHM5, you may be happy.
Yeah, it's also model specific.
Yeah, very much model
not
specific.
all of them can remove the ear cups or the ear bags.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll start with the M3. That's good. Okay, sorry. What else do we see? Because I'm not used to Derek typing.
I'm making notes on that. Okay. So I can follow.
But great question. That was a really, really good question, Mr. Beckerman. What's next? Let me see. Scrolling down. Is that okay. You ready? You ready to take back over?
I know. You're like, oh, what do I do?
What do I do?
It's okay.
I say words. Right. I talk to people. Hi.
So,
yeah,
we had a few new products.
Did we?
Yes, that have come out. literally in the last week.
Yes.
So let's start with the one that you, because I can have you talk a little bit more.
Like yesterday they were announced.
Yesterday they were announced.
The ones, yeah.
So you got a couple things to talk about. Release radar. What do you got?
So we launched. It seems like I'm always about wireless headphones, wireless earbuds, just the whole wireless thing. I really love the products, and I think they're amazing. And sometimes I think I'm drinking the Kool-Aid a little too much because every time one comes up, I'm like, yo, this is like the best. Anyway, so I'm going to see, John, can you go to B-Cam real quick? I'll start with this first. All right.
There you go.
So, all right. Can you see there? Woo! Look at that. Link Buds Fit. I'll talk about those first. Let me tell you a couple things about the Link Buds Fit. First of all, I thought the Link Buds S and then the C510s were like some of the most comfortable earbuds I've ever worn, just to be honest. Like, I love my WF-1000X Mark Vs, but I thought those are great. The Link Buds Fit have managed to do something that I think a lot of competitors are trying to figure out how to do. And the hook design, the reason why some brands choose to do the hook design and some not, is because there's a lot of ear irritation that happens with the material. However, our air fitting supporters is exactly what it's called. They're made out of a very super soft silicone material, but they have air inside of them. Okay, so when they hook into the upper part of your ear for security, you don't feel them at all. Literally don't feel them at all. So for that active person, and Fit is sort of in double usage, right? Fit is for its comfort, but it's also fit because that active fitness lifestyle. So if you're a runner, if you're in the gym, whatever the case, whatever your lifestyle is that has you shaking your head crazy all the time, they stay fit and secured. Second thing that we don't talk about in the video that a lot of people always ask us about is the ear tips. Okay? Super soft silicone, and it's like when you put them in your ear, I'm trying not to make this really gross, but when you when you place them into your ear canal, it's like they custom mold and form, and then because of the silicone material, they just grip your inner ear skin. If I can say that,
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it does.
That's accurate.
Oh my god, I feel like I'm gushing over those. They're great. They come in black, white, green, and well, I don't care. Violet, which is it's the Olivia Rodrigo exclusive color. Violet. It is absolutely gorgeous. I was able to take a pair of those home and try it out. It is a fist fight with my wife to try to get those away from her because like that's not happening. Like that color is just awesome. But the other product, because I'm gonna circle, it's a lot, dude. You can't just anyway. You know I like to talk anyway. So the other product is I'm gonna do this first. It's the Link Buds Open, and
you take one of those out. And
I'm gonna do that next.
All right, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna do that next. Okay, there you go. Yeah. So if you recall, the first Link Buds we ever did, the original one, had the donut, and the idea was to always stay connected. Okay.
The open ring driver.
The open ring driver.
The donut, sure.
I'm speaking the people's language.
Oh, that's fair.
Get in the chat if you knew it was called an open ring driver, okay? Or did you call it a donut?
Oh, this earbud has great donuts. Like, what does that mean?
It's donuts, Cheerios. Listen, there's a ton of. I said Cheerios. There's a ton of different. Anyway.
Either way, it sounds delicious.
This has gone so off the rails. Anyway, bringing it back. The cool thing about that, or the ideal situation behind that, is there's a segment of people that don't like noise canceling, don't like sound isolation. You want to be able to hear the music, but you also want to be completely connected with everything around you. That's why features like ambient sound mode and what the other manufacturers call that mode of being able to hear everything, that's why that has become such an essential thing. After we designed the original Link Buds, it then became a question of how can you make them better? Like, sure, you have an open ring driver, that's good. What are the two things that we needed to do about these to make them a better product? One, improve the sound quality. Two, improve the fit and the comfort, which is why, again, it's too big. My head is too large.
Your eyes, cover your eyes.
There it is. Again, the air fitting supporter is also on these as well. And as you can see, while I have the camera where I need it to be,
there you go.
There's the open ring driver. Okay.
Here's JT's message to you.
Yeah.
JT from Sony. Yeah, sure, JT.
This is what we were talking about with smarter people than us. There it is right there.
But anyway, I'm just going on and on about this. But again, the comfort and the fit of these is amazing. From a use case application of why the open ring driver is so important is my wife likes to go to the park with our daughter. And for her, being aware of her surroundings, safety and security is a thing. Mm-hmm. Also, because our daughter monopolizes our television, when she's watching her shows or whatever she wants to watch on her cell phone, she can hear the content, but also be aware if my daughter needs her or whatever the case may be. It's just tons of different things that you can do with these. But the last thing I want to talk about both of these is there is accessories now for these, and this is definitely not going to show well, but the cool thing about the marble case, the white one has like a marble topped case, but fun fact for you, did you know I did know. There you go. That no two marble cases are identical. They are all unique and different. Small fun fact. I'm into those kind of unique, quirky little things. But anyway,
collect them all.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, bringing a wrap to this long monologue is also there's accessories, because we understand that now earbuds and headphones in general have become sort of a fashion statement as well. You see it in sporting events when people are entering into the rooms. You see it on college campuses. Everyone is accessorizing. So now with both the LinkBuds Fit and the LinkBuds Open, you can choose different color air fitting supporters, different color case covers, that you can basically have a specific color of earbuds to match your outfit. I know someone who has a pair of eyeglasses that match every one of their outfits.
Oh, yeah. I love that. I actually look forward to seeing her.
Yes.
Because it's always fascinating to see the incredible coordination capability. I'm honestly jealous.
It's pretty dope.
But
I'm pretty sure she's in the chat right now.
I know. But you know, that is awesome.
Yeah.
I am a big fan of that.
That's pretty cool
concept.
All right, so to bring a close to this, there's one more product that was also
Can I?
You want to talk about it?
Wow, that's all I had to do, and I could get you to stop talking.
That's like when you raise your hand on a conference call. I get real quiet.
Yeah, you do. I appreciate it. No, I didn't want to interrupt, but before you move on to this, I did want to just make a quick comment about the Fit and the Open, because what I love about the fact that they came out at the same time, because when the original LinkBuds came out, people were like, "What?"
Yeah,
and there was almost this like, I don't like that idea because I need noise canceling. And then there was other people like, oh, this is exactly what I needed. But it was just such a split. Okay, we have them both at the same time now, because it took a little bit for the LinkBuds S to come out that became that noise canceling closed option that still had good transparency and ambient sound, but it wasn't the open design.
Right.
Yeah, I know Reflex mentioned it too. Like, yeah, I need to hear what's around me. Both of them have a use case, and as weird as it might seem to you to be like, well, why would you always want to listen? There are a lot of people that do, and I still, when you look at your app, which we'll talk about the change with the app, you can actually see if you're logged in how much time you've spent on each of yours. I'm coming close to my top 4, all being around 70 hours, but the original LinkBuds still is my top used. Which is crazy.
It's weird because mine shows like 141 hours on the LinkBuds. I don't know if I used them that much.
Well, I can't speak for you.
I think they amplify. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No.
those weren't organic listening hours.
Organic listening hours. Yeah. That's awesome.
What's your cost per listen?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Very quickly, I do just want to say before you get into that though too, a couple people, Osvaldo Robles, thank you for the comment and the new name. We are very proud of the Sony Connect. Larry thought of it. So props to him for that. Victor, good to see you here. Reflex, nice to have you. Wow.
Look, Victor,
great to have you here.
What you see that? Look, I'm not alone. Thank you, Victor.
Lopinti, thanks for coming here as well, and Ali, thank you all for being here again. Just a reminder, if you have any questions, comments, let us know in the chat here. If you are watching this after the live, you can also throw in the comments. We will respond to those as well.
Yep.
But that speaker is pretty unique, isn't it?
Yeah, thank you for the break. That was good.
You're welcome.
So the LinkBuds speaker if you're paying attention out there, we are developing cohesive products. Think about the Alt lineup. Think about the Bravia lineup, and now the LinkBuds lineup. It is the interconnectivity of these products because they do work together. Now, LinkBuds speaker. Okay, here. So for size, here we go. Because I know, is it here? Is it? Where's the light?
Right there. You just gotta move your head.
Yeah, move.
There it is. All right, here it is. This speaker, look at that. This speaker sounds amazing. But you may ask, why a LinkBuds speaker? What is so amazing?
When I first heard about it, I thought the exact same thing. I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. LinkBuds is buds.
Yes.
But what can you even do with it?
So here's the thing. We're talking about the interconnectivity of products. And we're going to talk about the new app as Derek kind of referenced in a second. But let me paint a picture for you. Okay? And this will explain some things. Many of us commute to work, whether it's bus, train, subway, whatever the case may be. You're commuting to work. And on your way to work, carpool even, you've got earbuds on, listening to a podcast, listening to Sony After Hours support, whatever you might be doing.
That'd be cool.
Yep. So you're listening, and then you get to your office on one of your in-office work days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You get to the office, and you sit down at your cubicle, your office, or your desk, and what you normally do, especially if you're in the middle of listening to something that you really love, you take your earbuds out, you put them in the case, you turn on your wireless speaker, you open up your phone, wait for it to pair. If it doesn't pair, you select. It's this whole process.
Yeah.
The LinkBud speaker has a feature called Auto Switch, and it does just that. It's a beautiful execution. So what happens is you have this really nice looking bass that I'll show you here in a second. You have this really nice looking bass that, you can see the bass there, but here we go. You have this bass here that sits on your desk, all right? And so this sits on your desk, and then you can leave your speaker wherever you are placed on its cradle or on its charging base. You arrive to work, you have your earbuds in. You take your earbuds out, you pop them in the case, and automatically the Bluetooth signal goes from the wireless earbuds to the speaker so you don't miss a beat.
No. See, I see what you did there.
So you don't miss a beat. You stay connected the entire time so that it's seamless. That's what this is all about. Never mind the fact that it has this very clever hook so it can be taken on the go. So if you're a student on campus, right, and you have this hooks on, you can hook this on, with a, what do they call those things?
Carabiner?
That thing. Words. You can hook this onto your backpack. You arrive to whatever your study session is, and you're good to go. You can switch back and forth. Anyway, it's awesome. But all of this has happened because we've updated the Headphones Connect app.
Yes, we have.
It is now called the Sony Sound Connect app. You notice the theme here with these connections? There it is.
It's like we did it on purpose.
It's like it was all deliberate. But yeah. But the app does so many things, right? So what's exciting right now is the app supports the LinkBud speaker, and it supports all of the previously supported earbuds that were supported on the Headphones Connect app. Right? Yeah. There's more updates coming that I'm not sure whether or not I can share, but there's some really cool things that are going to evolve with the Sony Connect app. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good start as we're seeing in the literal sense. Bravia Connect app, right, where you have this integration of multiple things, and now with like the LinkBud speaker, it kind of connecting with these so seamlessly. There's definitely is a lot more of this focus around this cohesive ecosystem type thing, which is great to see.
I love it.
I love to see that. So,
one team, one dream.
That's right. That was very well said. And actually, I do want to address something because I almost feel like I'll take the blame. I don't think we fully answered the question regarding the speakers put out. So we we did ask for more information. I don't know if we got it. I didn't see it if we did, but just want to throw that out there. If we didn't fully answer your question about using CSEs or CS5s, send us an email too, because I don't know if there's a follow-up, because I know we were talking about how are you planning on using them.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I just thought about that.
I think if it's height channels, I think it'd be really nice to do the bookshelves, no problem.
Right.
If you're looking for pure Atmos, I would do the
CSEs.
Yep.
Okay.
You mean rear channels, not height channels.
Sure.
They could,
but it could be height channels also.
yeah, rear height
Rear height.
or front height.
Is that
Yeah.
Atmos?
No,
No, they're different.
they're different.
Okay.
Yeah. So kind of depending on the setup, and I know that can get kind of complex. Is how that's set up, and I know we didn't prompt you for that B-roll, John, unless you have it. But when you go into the Sony support website and you look up one of the receivers, there actually is a listing of all the different channel setups that you could do based on the receiver, because it can get pretty wild and all the different options, and whether you have all these ear level or heights and how many and where they're placed, everything. So
It's definitely more than 60.
yeah, there's a lot there.
Yeah, it's not
Oh, there,
channel.
you got it. Nice. Yeah.
There it is.
So right over here, this thing, it does have a ton of information. So I would recommend that to anybody who has one of our receivers, to kind of see some of those options. As you can tell, that huge listing, this is just 2.0, 3 point whatever, and then it kind of goes up and up and up based on the model to 7.1 and even 6 point something. So
I don't want to miss this moment.
okay.
I have the opportunity to answer a Michael Beckerman question.
Oh, that's the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually
I
punt
always
those.
take those.
I punt those. Yeah, I put everyone. I got you, Mike. I got you. Michael asks, are Sony TVs? No, that's not the one. Not the one. That's not the one, John. Hold on. There we go. Do we have any updates yet on possible upcoming future support for either Auracast or Dolby Flex Connect? What I can tell you is that I can't speak about the TVs because I have heard nothing. However, the Link Buds support Auracast.
That's okay. See, I actually did not know that.
Yes.
I haven't had a chance to try
Yes.
those out at all yet.
Yes.
So.
They support Auracast.
Okay.
That is. Yes.
Interesting.
So that was just my shot at it. Maybe
Yeah.
not a punt. That may have been a fumble, but it's all good.
Yeah. That's one of the things is, and I know this is sort of blanket, and Michael, you have a lot of great questions about,
Yeah.
like, I love this, and are we going to do this? And honestly, most of the time, we honestly don't know, and I wish we did. But especially regarding your question regarding Matter support, I have no idea. So we'll have to see. I have not heard anything. Your wheels are turning real hard right now.
I think I heard something, but I don't remember enough to be able to say anything.
I'm pretty
That's fair.
sure your Matter is something you can integrate into Google Assistant or Google Home.
The product will have to
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
hold
don't,
off
I don't
on
know
that.
how the integration.
I'm not
works
gonna
with
touch that
So
one.
I do want to send a shout out
Are you
to.
bunting that one?
I just dropped that pass.
It's some good questions that are tough to answer
I
for
love
us. But Ali had a question about looking for some rack ears for the 7000.
JT's.
But the answer
JT's
some.
been- yeah,
oh,
JT's
awesome.
been messing with
yeah,
that
and I
thing.
also want to call out Just Dropped. With that extra support. Like, thank you. Like I love to see that, and that's kind of what we like to see is that community of kind of supporting. So thank you
Yep,
both. I
love
appreciate that. JT, I guess. Thank you too.
Do the bookshelves.
Let's see. What else did we miss? Oh, there we go. I'm going to use them this is our Just Drop mentioned about, that was a question we were talking about, the heights. I'm going to use them as height channels and have them pointed at my head.
I'm the speaker guy. I would
love that.
definitely.
If they're pointed at your head, that's typically going to be what you would use as like a height channel rather than in Atmos, unless JT wants to correct me because maybe I'm wrong, but that's my understanding of it, because typically being more direct like that versus something that's more filling the space to give you that atmospheric space and positioning.
Yes.
If you have them pointed at you, you're usually kind of looking for it to be a specific channel of audio. Thanks, JT.
Okay.
What?
Okay, I got an update.
Oh, on what?
I
Which part?
I absolutely need the disclaimer up. I'm gonna push the limits.
Gosh.
It's time. It's time. It's time. It's
Oh,
time.
here we go.
A question earlier regarding A95L update.
Mm-hmm.
to get the rest of the features
Screen size adjustment was
and
the
all
one that
those
was
things
called
in the
out,
game. We have a date,
Oh, is this breaking
Are you
news?
sure you want to say a date?
but I can't share the date.
Okay, I was gonna say.
But I will go so far as to say this fall.
That's getting well. When did fall technically? Did fall start technically? I don't know what
August.
day it started.
It's fall right now.
Okay.
It's as
There you
far
go.
as far as I'm gonna take that puppy. So, yes. Now I do want to add this little caveat to it. We think we're ready for it 100%. It's in its super final phases of testing. There's still a small chance, and then with some of the recent updates that have happened, like with Bravia 9 and Bravia 7, we're going to be extra, certain that this update is what it is and that it won't cause any unknown or unintended issues. So, but just by end of fall, looks like probably when we'll get it. But just know that there's always a chance that we discover something and pull it back. I just want to leave that. I want to do that part. Maybe
Okay.
that saved my job. So there it
Okay,
is.
that's fair.
Cool.
That's fair. I do have a question here. I just want to address really quick. Glenn Coco, the Bravia Theater U neckband speaker is amazing. I agree with you completely. As battery life will shorten over time, is the inability to charge while in use intentional? If so, why? Any plans for firmware update to allow it? Actually, I don't know. Honestly, I wasn't aware because I've not actually used it in that way to actually try it. My assumption, and this is something I will have to ask about to see if I can get more information on that, and hopefully we'll have some information in the future on another show. I don't know if it has something to do with the fact that, and I know a lot of people aren't aware of this, but it does come with the cable that allows you to plug it into that, and it has 3.5, so you can actually plug it into like a PS5 controller and actually take advantage of the Tempest 3D audio support in the PlayStation to give you even better spatial gaming. So I don't know if that has something to do with how when it's playing, it's trying to read a different or be available to read a signal rather than necessarily charge. I don't know for sure. That's a great question. That's one I'm going to have to kind of follow up on, to be honest with you. If you want to definitely hear an answer, send us an email. Otherwise, you can always tune in, and when we have an update, we'll share that update on one of these future shows. So I'm going to make a note of that really quick. You got to cover the silence for a moment there, Larry.
I'm sorry. I can't go silent when I just get met. Okay. All right. I do want to, let me take SD's question.
Yes, I did see that. We definitely want to address that for sure.
SD said, heartbreaking and disappointing is the fact that Sony destroyed the Bravia 9 with the nerfed firmware update. I get it. That was a tough one. Bravia 9 firmware update impacted Bravia 7 also. However, update, baby. I believe the firmware update that's designed to correct that issue starts rolling out tomorrow.
Boom.
I hope I was able to say that.
Yeah.
Should be rolling out tomorrow that corrects those issues. God, I just say it and then I get a message that pops up. I feel like I wasn't supposed to say anything anyway. But yeah, so I get it. It was interesting thing is we do staggered rollouts of firmware updates to try to avoid this. Fun fact, I don't even know if I'm supposed to say this. Fun fact.
I don't know if it's fun.
Yeah, well, it's a fact nonetheless.
Yeah.
The initial small rollout, yeah, there we go. Facts. The initial small rollout was just 100% of the United States, though,
Yeah.
which was cool. So a lot of the impact was here. But if you think about when that happened, I could bring up the initial email. With this situation, we're talking a quick turnaround to identification of the issue, research, testing, creating the solution, and then rolling it out. That's a lot. That is a lot of sleepless nights for some engineers to get that done, and it was done. So you should start seeing that, I believe, tomorrow. So
Also, the engineers don't sleep anyways.
they really don't. They're upstairs right now.
Yeah, probably.
The only ones here aside from us. But yeah, no, I sometimes these things do happen, which is unfortunate, but I can definitely say the expediency of us hearing the feedback and sending that up to these more important people, like, we got it out there really quick, and hopefully that kind of, we want to continue to start to help with that when we do catch these things, instead of it becoming this living, breathing monster online. Sometimes a misconception of it not being, okay, we don't know the situations of how to recreate these situations. Sometimes having this directly to us with as much information as possible allows us to share that with these people so that we can expedite anything as quickly as possible. So hopefully we're not missing any questions, because there's quite a few here. I'm gonna say this now just because I'm
funny.
gonna, we've already gotten this far. We do want to start wrapping up pretty soon, but I don't want to miss any of the questions. So if we haven't answered your questions, definitely let us know. We're gonna start kind of going through these next year. I know, right? Here we go. So we'll see how that happens. So hopefully we didn't miss it. If we did, apologies. Please let us know. Got a question here from Josh. When will the X90K Disney Plus app be updated for DTS audio?
I sent that up. We got
that did come up
a
while ago. Yeah.
I think as it stands right now, they're still looking into it, but that may have been something we weren't aware of. I think.
I don't remember the situation. I don't.
So
know
they're looking into it. So
yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that one. I'm gonna make a quick note on that too.
So please do that. So I can see all of the things. Did John just take me to black? Oh, okay. I can. No worries. I see all of. I'm looking at all of the A95L updates, all of them that are getting ready to happen.
Yeah, thanks for sharing.
But then hold on, it's so it's so cool. And then it was sent, and then the last line was, "Please be aware that this is marked confidential."
Well, in that case.
Well, we don't know anything about that.
This is good. Listen, be really excited about what's happening with the A95L. Like, clearly it's the king of TVs. And what I've noticed, and then I'll just kind of wrap the A95L up story with this. It's clearly it's the king of TVs. And the big thing about when you have a TV that is so amazing and it's so popular, so close to perfection, that it's very frustrating when it has small hiccups and things like that, right?
Yeah.
Some of these features that people are waiting for. Like, it's already perfect. And this will only enhance it. And looking at this list, there are literally things that I had not even known were on the A95L. So this
Can I see confidential information?
Yeah, I can show it to you. Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Sorry, everybody.
This is really good. This is good stuff. Be excited.
We can definitely, that's the thing, is we want to be part of this information so that we are ready to share this information when we can. So you'll hear it here first. So remember that. If not, during SOS, our Sony After Hours support, it would be something that you would probably see on our channel. So make sure you subscribe to the Sony Connect channel. We would love it. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
It's dope.
Don't worry, I'll take care of the show here, Larry.
Oh, sorry. I finally had to close it. I'm like, wow.
So,
I mean, I don't have an A95L. That's why you want to see it.
Maybe.
Because you have an A95L.
And I care. And
Sure you care.
So, Luca, thanks for being here.
What's up, Luca?
I have to claim fault on this one, too, because I remember us talking about it, and I know that I did not complete my follow-up on your question. The M1, same as the M1 ST. I don't have the answer because I didn't follow up with it.
I've got the answer.
Larry has the answer and will now answer it for you.
Boom. I've got the answer for you, Luca.
Carry on.
Wait, I'm pulling it up. I saved this. Here you go. All right, so follow me on this. The M1 and the M1 ST are identical and positioned the same. The difference is how each of those headphones were tuned. You see, because they are pro headphones, they are tuned at specific acclaimed sound studios. So the M1 ST, because it is sold only in Japan, was done at Sony Music Studio located in Japan. However, the M1 in the United States was built and tuned in collaboration with Power Station in Berkeley, New York. So that is the difference between those two. It is how they are tuned. So there you go. You literally can't get that information anywhere but here. I'm just saying. There you go.
Well,
hold on.
I have to say I'm impressed, and it is now official. Larry is the king of Sony information.
No, man. I just look.
No, that's awesome.
I'm just trying to give people what they want.
I love it. I appreciate it.
That's what's up.
Trey from Sony is here. Thanks for joining us. So if you have any tough questions,
that's who you ask.
Now is the time. We literally, if JT is
Trey.
here with Trey, like,
well, Trey,
can we just leave and let them do this?
We're trying to get Trey and JT both on in November, hopefully. I don't know if their schedules, those guys are busy. I don't know if their schedules will align for it, but I would love to have them here in November to talk shop.
We will have to announce that and have talk about that with the topics that not specific topics that we would cover, but in terms of a product category.
Yes,
I think we would get a lot of people. No pressure, JT and Trey, but this could be.
I can't wait for that. That'll be dope.
Yeah, that'll be good.
That'll
so
be at the big set.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else? What did we miss? Do we have any indication yet if there might be a Bravia 4, 5, and 6 TVs released in 2025's model year lineup?
No indication.
Do you ask the questions we cannot answer?
No indication.
Yeah, well, right. Yeah. No, it's the only thing I know for a fact is people are talking about it.
Wait.
Oh no, you have to have a disclaimer. All I can say is literally that there are people that are talking about what's happening next year, and it's not us. We are not part of that.
Clearly, they know not to share.
Yeah. That is very, very true. Very true. Cool. All right. What else do we have here? Do we have any more questions? We didn't get all. Did we get all the questions? I mean, we got a couple of things we can talk about in the meantime. So let us know if you have any questions for sure. But in the meantime, let's go back to release radar very quickly, because InZone, John's behind, has just announced a week ago 2 new gaming monitors as well. The M9 Mark II. You okay over there, John? Okay, there.
Waiting for you to
But you didn't show the release radar. We were waiting on the release radar. Can we cut? Can we start over?
Let's start the whole thing over.
Can we fix that in post?
Nope. M9 Mark II. You got to go back to that now. Is wow. Another 27-inch gaming monitor, 4K, 160 hertz full array local dimming gaming monitor, which is kind of a beast. Does also support DisplayPort 2.1, which I'm gonna be honest, I don't know all the updates that is, but I was told that's very good.
And DisplayPort.
I'm sure JT's already typing.
JT is probably prepared. Yeah. It is a beautiful monitor, and I'll actually briefly talk about the M10S as well, which we'll talk about the stand in a second because they're actually very, very similar. This is a game changer. This is a 27-inch OLED display, Quad HD, so 1440p, 480 hertz with a 0.03 millisecond response time. Now, this is what blows my mind. Now, I know I'm getting older, and I am a gamer, but I am not. Designed in collaboration with the esports team Fnatic, which is pretty cool, too, because that kind of speaks to these are the people that it's targeted for. Get their input. Find out what it is that makes them better, and this is what it is, which is interesting because, you know, I hear a lot about 1440p. I'm not a PC gamer. I've always been console. I'm old school and all that stuff. But apparently this is what works. And 480 hertz and 0.03. But I was going to say, one of those weird things that I guess I never fully understood because I never did comparison with gaming monitors. Because people are like, oh, it's 2 milliseconds. This is 1 millisecond. My God, I could see the difference. I'm like, a human eye blink is like 20 milliseconds. You're like, oh, the quarter of a blink of an eye, I can tell the difference. Like, maybe I'm just slow, but I always thought that was just so interesting that you could determine that difference. But they are awesome. They look amazing. But to talk, I don't know if you could pull up something with the stand, and I don't know if you can pause it on the stand, John, for me, because that is such an awesome improvement. It is such a tiny, tiny footprint. And you have this great ability to raise and lower and tilt. I think it's 15 degrees, if I'm not mistaken. But it can swivel on this base full 180 degrees plus. Obviously, if you have cables, you're just going to twist your cables. But yeah, you can twist it however you want. And it's just on that little tiny base, which is just super cool. It works really, really well. And they are actually absolutely beautiful. So
we're a long way from the tripod. We jumped quick, didn't we?
Yeah. I mean, that was cool.
I love the tripod. I like the tripods.
But
I love that better.
Have an M9?
I do have an M9 Mark 1.
Flex. Is Joey here? Joey, if you're here, flexing?
No.
That's okay. Let's see. What else do we have here? Some questions came in, hopefully, during that time.
It's a great one from Glenn Coco.
Where are we at here? I know the Amazon Prime Video auto calibration feature is exclusive to 2024 models. Any chance it could come to the 2023 Sony A80L via firmware update? If not, why?
I don't believe so. I don't believe so. The why? It's the why would be what we've talked about every single year, but it's hard for people to wrap their head around. Because we don't have an XR1, an XR2, and an XR3 processor. We change and evolve the processor, but the foundation of all of our processors, going back to K, was that the first XR?
J or K?
J. Yeah,
it?
J.
God, I'm
J.
blanking.
My
Sure.
A90J has XR.
Yes,
I think.
you're right. You're right. Because that's
So yeah, so if you think from J series, K series, L series, and now where we are with the Bravia lineup, those processors are an evolution of the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And as you evolve, some features are introduced because the new processor has a level of performance that allows it to support that. Now, I'm not saying that this is 100% the reason why, but what I do know is if there's a way we can go back and update previous models for some of these great features that we have, we absolutely do so. Game menu going all the way back to I don't know how many, all of those features, we will. Anytime we don't, it is always a hardware limitation.
That's true.
As to why it can't happen.
That's true. That is a good point, because I know that we very often have this question:
Mm-hmm.
when will this come back to this model, and when will it be updated via firmware updates? And that is one of those things that we don't have like the full visibility into what might be a limit or why specifically it's a limit. But I can say that it is one of those things that when Sony can do it, they will do
Absolutely.
it. But it's that hardware limitation, because you can't fix that without actually getting something brand new.
Especially what in my mind, it's so funny. You guys have no idea. Like, I send a message to see if there's any rumblings about Prime Video calibrated mode. In the response, I got back after sending that message was reaching out to Tokyo.
Okay.
Bro, come on. I mean, because they're awake right now.
Oh, that's
from a time zone standpoint.
Yeah, that's right.
So anyway, I don't know in the next however long it takes for us to wrap up, we get the answer, but we'll see. But again, if I can talk about Prime Video calibrated mode and what it does, there is a lot of metadata that's occurring, like reading content, panel type, ambient light situation. There's a ton of things that are happening in real time to be able to adjust the content for the best feature. And I'm not saying that our processors from a couple of years ago can't. I'm just saying it was launched with this new processor because if I don't ask, can I share this information? I can't get in trouble for sharing it. So
not sure I understand the logic on that, but okay. Disclaimer that up, yes.
They're currently studying the possibilities and testing the hardware limitations to see if it can be done or not. So we recognize the importance of that feature and how well received it's been. Yeah. So we're currently looking, we meaning the very smart people in Tokyo, they're reviewing to see if it's possible, and if so, it'll happen. Just like we said, if there's no limitations. So here we go.
Interesting. Okay.
I want to see the message now that says, but please don't share that.
Yeah, right. Sam, Sam Walton is a very quick question. Any word on time frame when we'll be able to combine our Sony Pictures core accounts on Bravia TVs and PS5? Have we heard anything on that? I know I don't know how much of a discussion it's actually been, but
I haven't asked.
Yeah,
Sam, that's a great question. I don't know. It's a great question. Sony Pictures Core got a nice little update though to its feature set, and you're looking like, what did it get? Yeah,
I'm trying to think.
Yeah,
I think we talked about it.
Yeah, so I'll give you an example. So obviously, if you recently bought a Sony television, you have some included credits as a gift from Sony to you all to be able to take advantage of some of the content that's on there. Mm-hmm. However, because of our agreement, because of Sony Pictures agreement and so on and so forth, anyway, but a recent release like Bad Boys for Life, I'll use that one as an example. There's another IP for you. You couldn't redeem a credit for it because the value of one credit did not meet the threshold of the cost to buy or rent that show. And we heard a lot of concerns about that. It's like, hey, I want to be able to get credits to use this. It's no good.
Yep.
Dude, almost instantaneously did the team go into working on how to change that. So now a release like Bad Boys for Life, you can redeem 2 credits to be able to watch it at its sometimes early availability on Sony Pictures Core from other platforms, rather than being forced to have these included credits but having to pay for it with cash or card or however your crypto, whatever your account is. So yeah, there you go.
Interesting. I got some more for you. CJ asks, did the latest firmware update for the A90J make Dolby Vision brighter? I'm not talking changing the gamma, but the actual APL. I don't know what was in that. They typically
first line of every firmware update is
in picture
quality enhancements and improvements.
True. Yeah,
so
pretty broad.
we can look and see. We'll find out. I think what's most important is that you are experiencing an improvement in picture quality. I think that's the most important thing, whether or not it was attributed to that or not. But that's the A90J or A90K?
J.
Yeah. Was there an A90K? There was an A90K.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, John has one.
Yep. All right. Just dropped says what pictures?
That's my one flex of the day.
It's all you're allowed. What picture setting should users pick when watching Dolby Vision supported movie on Netflix? Dolby Vision or Netflix calibrated mode?
Choice is yours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're very similar. Mm-hmm. They're very, very similar, and it depends on how much of a cinephile I guess you are to really kind of discern that difference. I actually don't know the full specs as far as what's different aside from where that data is created in terms of what the picture should look like. But when I've done some comparisons, I feel, if I remember correctly, and this is, I just kind of leave it just Dolby Vision generically, honestly. It's kind of what I prefer. But I'd always felt that Netflix calibrated mode was just a little bit darker, but also a little bit warmer.
Yep.
But honestly, it is personal preference. And I know that there are a lot of people that are, what picture settings do this, and typically going with a calibrated mode, you really can't go wrong. But honestly, try watching something that, an episode of something in one way and switch it to the other and see if you have a preference.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that, because it's all about what you like.
Yeah, I agree. I find that Netflix calibrated mode on Bravia 9, I like the way it looks. Mm-hmm. On A95K, I prefer Dolby. Now, I'm not saying I prefer Netflix calibrated mode, but it looks good. It looks really good on Bravia 9. Sorry, I was far back from the mic, John. My bad.
Yeah, you got pretty far. Glenn Coco asks, does Sony have plans to develop a streaming device similar to Apple TV that includes all major streaming apps with calibrated modes and with pure stream quality across different sources? I love that idea. I don't know if I see that happening, but the concept is cool. Now, here's why I think it would be something that they're probably not doing, because that is unique to our TVs.
Okay.
Because our TVs are going to deliver that.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing that we wouldn't be able to control in this case is hooking up to a competitor's TV,
right,
we would, in order to make these calibrated modes work, in the sense of what Prime Video Calibrated does, which it says, hey, here's the data, here's the type of content, here are the settings for the TV. That would have to allow our device access to their TV picture settings. And I don't see a competitor allowing us to do that. As much as, honestly, I think they should want us to do that to make their TVs look most accurate to the creator. And
also, look, listen, there's a competitive advantage that we have. And we're not ready to share that, where someone can go buy a lower priced point TV and add the streaming. I mean, I get it. It would be great. But we're trying to keep as many exclusive features to answer the why Sony question as possible, I think. I mean, that's what I would do.
While we're on the same topic, cool throwback product of the day. NSX or NSZ GT1 and GS7. Those were the old school Sony Google TV boxes that we had. Kind of same concept that they're asking for. One of them even had a Blu-ray player. Obviously, just no pure stream.
Wait till we tell you. Well, I'd like to tell you what that original name was. Never mind. Acronyms can cause problems.
Based on that, let's leave that alone. Let's move on. Mr. Michael Beckerman has 2 questions that I can't answer either. Asking about the impact of the strike, the dock workers. I actually don't really know. I don't know if it really does have much, because I don't think most of our stuff comes from the east. I think it's typically south and west.
South is impacted right now. South is starting.
Well,
I mean, I live in the south, so
that's true.
That's why you can't find anyway.
Okay, so I don't have an answer for that. And then regarding the purchase of the entire Pink Floyd music catalog, I actually didn't know that, so I honestly don't know what was included in that as well. Lazaro did ask, A95L received an update that significantly reduced the brightness on Android home screen, which I'm assuming you meant Google, the Google home screen, which impacts internal apps. I can say I have not experienced that. I do have an A95L that is updated to everything, and I have not noticed any change in terms of that.
Fun fact. I'm not like, Lazaro, if I can ask you a quick question. When you go to the home screen and you bring up the quick settings menu from the bottom, you look at your picture mode. What picture mode is it in? Because
that's a good question.
Your home screen can have its own picture setting.
Correct. Yes.
You can set that to cinema brightness at 5, and then you go into an app and it's like vivid brightness max.
And that actually could definitely, if you could do us a favor, check that. And also those other apps that you say are affected too, because there is an option when you change picture settings on that TV to make it change for that input or that app. And that may have been
cool if we could have shown somebody that today.
I know. Can't blame anybody except for somebody that had needed to leave for a little bit. Whoa! Shots fired. Anyway,
how did that was not directed at me.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Cool. I think we're pretty caught up on that stuff right now, and we pretty much covered what we wanted to cover. Did we do it? At least for now, I think
we can. I'm looking just to make sure.
So I'm just gonna say this now. If you have any other questions for this month, well, while we're live anyway, let us know in the comments. Also, let us know some ideas of some topics that you would like us to try to cover, either here and talk about it on the show or make some videos about it. Whatever works, let us know. And also after the fact, again, if you are watching this after the live, we still will be responding to some of those questions and comments, so let us know and send those in as well. But
Mr. Beckerman, I do not know the answer to that question. Trey and JT are in there. They probably would know. Just going into the service menu immediately. I've always been told, do not go into the service menu. Like that's always been the solid rule of thumb for me.
Because there's things that you can do in there that will brick your TV. And it's toast, and that is not something covered under warranty, because you are not supposed to have that access.
Never change anything. If you just go into it but don't change anything, does that void the warranty?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That works. That's I don't know. Cool. All right. Yep. I think. Or is that it?
I think so.
It can't be.
I think so.
It's as if we don't have anything to do tomorrow.
Yeah, we gotta get here early. We got hours of training. Let's see.
HMZ, was that the personal viewer?
It was. I don't. The question was about firmware for that, right? HMZ.
No.
What was the question? I'm sorry. Oh, a successor. I don't know. We'll see if there's a market for it. Yeah, please pass it along. Gotcha. Just dropped.
Trey, third time's a charm. You can spell there. I believe in you. There it is. He got it on the third try. Good job. Let's see. There was a quick question. Oscar has a quick question. Can you give us any differences between the InZone M9 and the Mark II? Biggest difference is going to be the 160 hertz as well as DisplayPort 2.1. But also the stand is completely different. It does allow for a lot more flexibility. It's nice and small, very minimal, and it just looks amazing. As far as its HDR performance and color performance, they're pretty much on par. But yeah, it's absolutely a beautiful display. So,
pricing is different.
I don't know the price off the top of my head.
I think and one more thing.
I think they're very similar.
Yeah. Anyway,
check.
No LED light bar.
True.
On the back of the Mark II compared to the Mark I.
KVM switch, right?
And no KVM switch on the Mark II.
Yeah, so those are the differences.
We found out there were a lot of people that really weren't using that.
Right.
Anyway, so
yes. So there you go. I just wanted to make sure we gave you the adds and the subtractions. And this is a very unusual position for me to be in. Derek's reading. I should be talking to you guys.
$100 difference.
Yeah, $100 difference right now with the Mark I. The first one actually is on sale, so
okay.
Yeah, price should be a little bit more
comparative.
Yeah, comparable. Yeah, I think it's going to be a better bet.
To reiterate what Derek said earlier, listen, guys, we're as soon as we end this show, tomorrow we immediately start trying to see what we can talk about for the next show. So if you have any ideas, topics, things that you want us to cover, things that you would like for us to dig into, especially if you want us to be able to come to the show with a very detailed response or even to be able to show you some things, shoot us an email also. Say, hey guys, I'd like to see a little bit more about this. Put in the comments, share. If you have friends, family members that have questions about things, doesn't matter what the product category is, as long as it's something current that we can get. Give us a chance to be able to show you guys a little bit more on the show.
Yeah.
Lazaro has a follow-up.
Yeah, I was just about to address that. I'm aware of the individual settings for each app. Right now, the Android home screen is set to vivid. I can't adjust some settings as I go up from 1 to 100 with no adjustment made on the TV. I'm assuming maybe you're looking at like a brightness. Well, brightness is 0 to 100.
I think the home screen picture settings are tied to Sony native apps. So if you go to the media player app and change the picture settings there, that should reflect the home screen setting.
Yeah, I would also suggest, just in case, doing a soft reset of the TV. I've not witnessed this, so I don't really know what's happening. It's really interesting, but if this doesn't help, like, send us an email. So we can kind of follow up, because I can do some testing when I get home. I'm out of town, so it's going to be a couple of days, but I can look into that as well. But
because he has an A95L at home.
Okay, Robbie and I, and quad, and LinkBuds Fit. And LinkBuds Open, and LinkBuds speaker. Anyway, but as far as like a soft reset,
Z9K in there somewhere?
Z9K, A95K. Sorry, we're just going too crazy. It's kind of the advantages of kind of having to learn all this stuff, isn't it? Sorry. You dug that all yourself, my friend. Let me go back to this. Sorry, apologies. Soft reset on a TV, which it can fix most of basic issues that you may have if you come across them, is just pressing and holding the power button till a pop-up that says restart. Hit restart and let it run through its cycle. Sometimes that can fix some of those smaller quirks that might happen. And let us know if you still do have those issues. Like I said, if you could give me an idea of specific situations, just the home screen, if it is other apps, let us know which ones, and we'll see what we can find out.
Oh, we got a flex from Trey.
We do?
Yeah, he has an A95L as well.
He's not yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. Cool.
Seems like everybody has an A95L around these parts. Dan, do you have an A95L?
I do not.
Okay.
It would have been great if we said yes.
Lazaro's asking, what's the email? Great question. It is pinned, isn't it? Right?
Yes.
What did you pin? Yes, it is pinned.
Is it pinned?
Yeah, I think it's, what is it? afterhoursupport@sony.com, right?
You got it.
I got it for the first time. Yes.
I'm so proud of you.
It's I'm the one that usually looks at those, so
Yeah. Yes, you are.
sheesh. Anyway, all right, we're gonna wrap up for tonight. Thank you for being here. We do appreciate all of you, and please subscribe if you are not. Hit the notifications as well, so you make sure that you catch some of those other shows that we're gonna be doing pretty much weekly, actually, as well. Now, some of you may not be interested in some of those topics. Totally fine. If you're interested in just learning a little bit more, feel free to join in, ask some questions, but also let us know in those what would you like to see. So we're going to have specific shows about imaging solutions, which is our cameras and lenses. We're going to have some on headphones, some for wireless speakers, and we'll continue to evolve this as time goes on. So cool. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Be well, be safe, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace.
See ya.
That was weird.
Yeah, you made it awkward.
I did.